Hey guys, what's up? It's me, AV. Welcome back to the channel. This is week 2, episode 2 of the weekly wrestling review here on the audio visual channel. Now, if you're new to the channel and just checking out for the first time, I want to say thank you very much for checking out. I love it. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed it. But this is basically what I do here. Basically, when WWE has their week, they have Monday Night Raw, they have Smackdown Live, and they have NXT, and they have things in the middle. They'll have like the Mae Young Classic, things of that nature. I'm keeping it pretty small because the show's pretty new. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pick the top 5 moments that really stuck out to me, and I'm going to mention them here and talk about them a little bit. Now, I've added 2 new sections to the show. I've added the shoutouts area, basically things that happened during the week that I didn't really have an opportunity to put into the show. And then I also have a match of the week section where I shout out the match of the week in my opinion. So if you're ready, let's begin the show. And coming in at number 5 is Jason Jordan versus Roman Reigns. After the match between Cena last week on Raw, it was Roman's turn to prove he could take out the rookie Jordan in less than 20 minutes. This match started a little slow but gained speed, and it became just as good as the Cena-Jordan match the week before it. Maybe even better in my opinion. Jason was number 5 last week with his performance and just grabs the number 5 spot this week, proving once again that he may be headed to championship gold. His mat wrestling shined, and also the suplexes he hit were dead on. Interesting to point out that he used a crossface quite a bit, maybe signaling this may be added to his arsenal instead of giving him Kurt's ankle lock. Despite losing 2 weeks in a row, I feel that Jason Jordan is really stepping his game up. And with that, Jason Jordan suplexes his way to the number 5 spot this week. And coming in at number 4, the New Day are the new champs. On this week's Sin City Smackdown, 3 championship matches were announced for the show. AJ Styles and Ty Dillinger for the US title, Naomi and Natalya for the women's title, and the New Day versus the Usos for the tag titles in a Sin City street fight. Out of the 3 matches, the Uso versus the New Days were the standout. The pacing and the spots mixed together to produce a hell of a tag team match. Like the Usos going through a table and Kofi Kingston going crazy with the kendo stick made the match just as good as their SummerSlam encounter, with the New Day eventually coming out on top. Definitely, if there was one match to catch on SmackDown Live this week, this one would be it. So at number 4, clap for the New Day and feel the power. And now on to number 3, and DJ Souls, I'm going to keep this one simple. The number 3 spot this week, keeping it simple, I'm just calling it Braun Strowman. This week on Raw, the Monster Among Men lived up to his moniker by decimating John Cena and no-selling a German suplex from Brock Lesnar. So let's start with him destroying Brock. After being called up by the Beast Incarnate, he came out, and then he proceeded to impose his will by getting up right after a suplex from Brock and hitting him with a power slam and leaving the Universal Champion laid out. He continued his path of destruction later on in the night as he destroyed John Cena in their match, which ended with a DQ, with apparently the ref missing the first DQ that everybody caught and calling the second one. Like I said last episode, they have Braun seemingly on the road to the championship. So if Brock Lesnar does win at No Mercy, I will be shocked, because right now WWE is really selling that Braun Strowman is going to defeat Brock Lesnar. So with that, it's Braun Strowman decimating the number 3 spot this week. And in at number 2, I'm going to keep it simple again. Simply promos. So recently the promos have been on fire on Raw and SmackDown, with John Cena verbally crushing Roman Reigns on Raw and Dolph Ziggler doing Bayley's and the Ultimate Warrior's entrances on SmackDown Live, and The Miz almost shoot promo on Enzo Amore. So let's start with Cena and Reigns. It seemed that Reigns was really trying to hold his ground this week on the mic with Cena, but of course Cena nailed Reigns again with the drug test line, referencing Roman's failed drug test previously. Then on to The Miz, who mentioned the recent reports of the heat Enzo Amore had on him, like getting kicked off the talent bus and the locker room. While Enzo did eventually tease The Miz's baby, saying he should ask, "Who's your daddy?" But even with that line, you could see that The Miz's words did seem to upset the realest guy in the room. And finally, on to Dolph Ziggler, once again mocking the entrances of Bayley and the Ultimate Warrior this week. While I did enjoy this very much, I feel it is now time for Dolph to full-on debut with his new character in a match, with the new music, with the new attire, everything he's been talking about. And if the reports are true, his upcoming feud should be with one glorious Bobby Roode. And in at number 1 is KO KO's Vince McMahon. Now, of course, this week on SmackDown Live, Vince was not actually KO'd, but Kevin Owens did give Vince McMahon a hell of a headbutt this week on SmackDown Live. And if there's anything you check out this week on WWE TV, it is this headbutt, because Kevin Owens really fed it to him. There was a promo where they were talking to each other. Basically, Vince was saying that Kevin Owens was going to have a match at Hell in the Cell with Shane McMahon. And Kevin's doing the proviso that if he feels, threatened by any McMahon, he can attack a McMahon. While they shook hands on that deal, Kevin Owens proceeded to headbutt a McMahon, specifically Vince McMahon. Now, you could see that when Kevin went for the headbutt, they were shaking hands. So it was a clean shot to Vince's forehead. Now, some people out there are talking maybe Vince bladed, or maybe didn't blade. Maybe it was just a really clean shot, a good shot on Vince's dome. But Vince started bleeding profusely from his forehead. Now, if this was all Kevin Owens just selling, basically, maybe he knew this was going to happen. But if he didn't, maybe if he did, I don't know. But his reaction to this was priceless. It looked real. I very much enjoyed this promo. It looked like he really, really nailed him. And for Vince, the dude's pretty old. The dude is getting up there in age. I mean, he's up there in age. He's not getting there. He is up there, souls. He is a old man. And he took that shot like a man, straight on the forehead, went down, blood coming down. This promo was guttural, it was visceral, and that is why it is number one on this week's countdown. So if there's anything you check out that headbutt from KO. And with that, that is this week's list of things that stood out to me. Now we're moving on to the final two portions of the show, the honorable mention. This week, I would like to mention Mae Young Classic winner Kairi Sane on her insane victory this week on the Mae Young Classic. Congratulations, and I have a good feeling we're going to see you on the NXT roster soon. Now on to the final portion of the show, the match of the week. The promo you want to check out this week is the Kevin Owens Vince McMahon, because that was crazy. Stephanie McMahon even came out on the thing. It was nuts. Check it out. You'll enjoy it. Trust me, AV got you with that. But the match of the week you want to check out is the UK Championship match from NXT. Now, NXT did not make the list this week, but the match of the week goes to NXT. The match I'm talking about is Pete Dunne versus Wolfgang for the UK Championship. That match was insane. So you guys got it now. Promo you want, KO. Match you want, Pete Dunne, Wolfgang on NXT. Now that's it. That was episode 2, guys. The episode is over. As always, thank you very much for watching. You can like and subscribe to the channel. You can follow me on Twitter at J1Phenomenal and leave some comments down below. Leave some questions. I'll give you a shout out on next week's show. So that's it, guys. I will see you next week. Until next time, this session of the Audiovisual Club is now adjourned. Thanks.